Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to our ISKCONBURLA official YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam 10th Canto, 16th chapter, text 21 onwards. Sa Krishna Mataram Apatyam Anu Pravistam Tulya Vyatha Samanugruya Sucha Sravantya Tasta Bradapriya Katha Kathayantyasan Krishna Nane Arpita Drisho Mritaka Pratika Jatha Mritaka Pratika. That means although the elder gopis were feeling just as much distress as she and were pouring forth a flood of sorrowful tears, they had to forcibly hold back Krishna's mother, whose consciousness was totally absorbed in her son. Standing like corpses, with their eyes fixed upon his face, these gopis each took turns recounting the pastimes of the darling of Raja. So Sri Vishwanath Thakur in Saraswata Sindhika says that this verse describes the distress of those in Vatsalya Bhava, parental love. Taha refers to the famous ladies of Raja with children. In some editions of Bhagavatam, the word prataptam is used instead of pravishtam. This would mean that Jasoda was being torn apart upon seeing her son enwrapped in the serpent's coils. Then Jasoda entered the same state that her son appeared to be in and almost fainted. When Jasoda tried to jump in the Jamuna, the elder gopis forcibly held her back with their arms. Then they affectionately wiped the sweat and tears from Jasoda's face. To revive Mother Jasoda, the gopis loudly recited stories about the darling of Braja. The elder gopis drowned everyone in the waves from the rivers of their lamentation. The Amarkosh dictionary says Sravanti means river. Thus everyone became paralyzed like corpses. Mritaka Pratikaha. So, Sanatana Goswami, Brihad Vaishnava Dosani says that they remained standing with eyes fixed on his face in order to see him, or they were sitting on the ground overcome with grief. Then they appeared like clay dolls, motionless. Or speaking about Krishna and fixing their eyes on him, they were like clay dolls because they had fainted. And these women were all the same age as Jasoda. The gopis mentioned in the previous verse were young, beloved of Krishna. So, in the verse 22, it is said that Krishna pranan nirvisato nandadin vikyatam hradam pratyasedat sa bhagavan Rama Krishnanubhavavit. That means Lord Balaram then saw that Nanda Maharaj and the other cowherd men who had dedicated their lives, very lives to Krishna, were beginning to enter the serpent's lake. As the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Balaram fully knew Lord Krishna's actual power and therefore he restrained them. The purport, the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, quoting from Sanatana Goswami, explains that Lord Balaram checked some of the cowherd men by speaking to them, others by physically holding them, and still others by casting upon them his potent and smiling glance. Distraught over the situation, they were prepared to give up their lives for Lord Krishna by entering the serpent's lake. Srila Vishwanath Thakur in Saraswata Sindhika says that Balaram physically held Nanda and others to keep them from jumping to the river, while saying, Gargacharya said that you will be saved from all obstacles by his son. Keeping this in mind, don't you think Krishna will get released from the danger? Just be patient. If you all jump in the river and drown, who will maintain and raise Krishna when he comes back? Not only that, you will be neglecting Garga's order to take care of the boy as well. This was Balaram's reasoning. So, the next verse, that is verse 23 to 29, the 7 verses, Krishna frees himself and subdues Kaliya by dancing on his hoods. Dancing, unique dance. The verse 23 said, Itham Shogokulam Ananyagatim Nirikya Sastri Kumaram Atidukhitam Atmaheto Agyaya Martyapadavim Anuvartamana Chitva Muhurtam Udastishtat Uranga Bandhat. That means the Lord remained for some time within the coils of the serpent, imitating the behavior of an ordinary mortal. But when he understood that the women, children, and other residents of his village, Gokula, were in actual distress because of their love for him, their only shelter and goal in life, he immediately rose up from the bondage of from the bonds of the Kaliya serpent. It is called Lila Purushottam. It's Lila. In the purport, Sri Vishnu Thakur says that seeing the Brajavasis had no other goal or shelter, and fully understanding their sorrow, Krishna spoke to Kaliya after remaining grieved in his coils for one muhurta, 48 minutes. He remained in that coil, one muhurta. Krishna said, Listen, Kaliya, you have shown me enough of your strength. Now I will show you a little of my prowess, though I am just a coward boy. Then Krishna broke free from the snake and stood up. So, Sanatana Goswami in Brihad Vaishnava Darshan says, he then rose up from the coils of the snake. Instead of Gatim, the word Patim is sometimes seen with a similar meaning. Being grieved by the lamentable condition, seeing himself as the Lord of dedicated souls, he thought he must immediately protect them. He accepted that he was the cause of their suffering. Understanding that Gokula should be protected, he could not tolerate the suffering of others by his nature, and therefore he quickly rose. Because he felt he was the cause of misery for his devotees, he was particularly disturbed by the suffering of women like Jasoda and young boys like Siddhama. This way, so Lord made himself free from the coil of the snake. Then Krishna, in verse 24, it said, Tat pratyamana vapusa vyatitatma bhavas tyaktva annamaya kupitha shvapanan bhujangaha tasto shoshan shosana randhra visambharisa stabde khyano urmuko bukho harim ikhyamana. That means his coils, tormented by the expanding body of the Lord, Kaliya released him. In great anger, the serpent then raised his hoods high and stood still, breathing heavily. His nostrils appeared like vessels for cooking poison, and the staring eyes in his face like firebrands. And thus the serpent looked at the Lord. 1001 hoods is Kaliya. So, in the purport, Srila Sanatana Goswami says that Krishna's body was bound tightly by the coils. When Krishna expanded his body, the snake began breathing loudly because of anger arising from pain inflicted on his coils. His nostrils were filled with poison, and thus, by breathing heavily, he released more poison. His nostrils were like pots of poison. His glances were red, filled with poison. He released flames of poison from his mouth. The descriptions become more and more fearsome. The descriptions portray more poisonous aspects of the snake than previous ones. The snake glared at Krishna, who was eager to take away Kaliya's residence or remove his bad qualities. The real meaning is that the snake didn't feel pain. He was angry out of affection because Krishna quickly separated from his embrace. He looked at Krishna because Krishna was most attractive. His heavy breathing was a sattvika bhava, his nostrils holding pots of poison and his mouth emitting flames were natural qualities of the snake. So thank you very much for listening to this lecture, and please don't forget to subscribe, share and like our channel and get the blessings of Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.